folks, and welcome to episode 6 of The Andrew Walker Show. Of course, I'm your host, Andrew Walker. And today we have a very special episode. For the first time on the show, we have a whole family here. Usually we have some musicians, small business owners, some skips, scaps, scallywags. But we have today the Mirisola clan. How are you guys doing today?
I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
What?
What did you just call us?
The Mirisola clan.
No, what did you say before that?
Skips, scaps, and scallywags.
I don't know if those are words you're allowed to say anymore.
Oh, okay. It's not PC?
I don't know. You tell me, you big Hollywood movie star.
Yes. And, sir, introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, I'm James Mirisola. I am here with my son, Dylan Mirisola, and my beautiful wife, Kelly Mirisola. And we are here today to help our son find a nice young lady.
All right, great. And the missus, what's your name? Please introduce yourself.
Hi, if you didn't hear my husband, my name is Kelly Mirisola.
I like to get everybody on.
Yeah, you know.
He's a feminist.
Yes, he's a real one over here.
Let's just say I'm glad that women can vote, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about 100 years ago, but good for
124.
you. Oh, wow.
No, 104. 1920, I think
You can
it
do
was.
math, huh? Yeah, you're very funny.
I bet you got a beautiful woman to call your own.
I want that.
She passed away last week.
Wow.
Way to read the room, James.
Well, way to invite us on when you knew that happened to you. Cancel the show.
Grief.
Jeez.
I'm still in the second stage of grief. What's the second stage? The
Denial.
No, denial. I thought denial was first.
Oh, anger. It's anger.
Anger.
Yeah.
Dylan,
Yeah.
why are you here? Your dad just said he's trying to get you a date. Why aren't you dating, young man?
Well. It's just that nobody really knows what a guy like me needs. Nobody really takes the time to figure it out.
Did you stick your finger in a socket before you came in here? No?
A little bit.
What are you saying to my son right now?
His hair is like
It's
he
beautiful.
He's a beautiful
It's a
boy.
beautiful head of hair.
This is something I grow with. This is something that takes me to the next level. This is not something you take from me.
And a nice lady will know how to manage it and him.
Okay.
Kids these days, they don't go into the military. They just have whatever haircut that they want to have, and we support him.
All right. Fair enough.
They support me all the way. They've been supporting me the whole time.
He doesn't pay rent.
He doesn't have a fucking job.
Dylan, you're got to be in your mid to late 20s, right?
I'm 32.
32 and no
I haven't.
no job at all.
Logistically, I just don't need it.
Logistically?
I just.
Well, I guess because
yeah, if I have.
are foot in the bill.
Well, of course, if I have that, I can't bring myself to understand why I would go get a job.
It's society's fault, Andrew.
What?
It's society's fault they make them like this. They don't grow up, the way that we used to, that natural fire. I'm a welder. I know about natural fire.
How did you grow up? And where did you grow up?
I grew up in either Boston area or like Maine, somewhere around there. And I grew up hard, I grew up on the streets. I had 6 brothers and sisters, and we were all competing for time, attention, and food.
Okay.
If I wanted to eat, I had to earn that food. I had to be the first at the dinner table, and I had to put my face in the bowl before my other brothers could take it out and throw me off into the ground.
Okay. So, Dylan, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I'm a simple person. I like to look at.
I'm starting to gather that. What were you saying? You like to gather.
Are you insulting my son
I'm sorry,
over?
Kelly.
You bring us
him
on
onto
your
the
show.
You
Sorry,
begged
Kelly.
us to be here, Andrew. You begged us.
I did.
You said I gotta have the Mirisolas on. When's your availability?
I know. I'm sorry. I'll be nice. I'm still in the anger phase.
Well, you
of
better
grief.
move on to acceptance pretty fast
Yeah.
here.
Ooh, yeah, if you want to keep
I'm
me
sorry,
here.
Dylan. Don't, Dylan.
Oh,
Oh,
look at what you
Dylan.
did. Son, you gotta, if you want to be a man, you know what you should do? You'd shoot across this table right now. You'd solve this like a man. You'd shoot across the table, rip the mics out of the sockets, and just go to town on
Just punch
Andrew.
me.
Yeah, just give him one. He earned it. Just give him one. Just one.
Hit me on this
Tip
side.
tat.
This is my good side. Oh!
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel good.
We're going to have to go back and learn how to punch
Try,
again
honey.
later.
Kelly,
You try.
Kelly, do you have like a cannoli in your purse that you could give him?
Oh, I left my Diet Coke out in the car.
Diet Coke?
A cannoli in the purse. This guy, I don't know.
Just
What?
saying stereotypes now.
Just listing them off one by one. Ripping them off the sheet of stereotypes.
We're a humble Italian gathering.
Humble?
Humble. We
I was-
come together.
So I gotta mention the leopard print, since we're talking about being humble. Where'd you get the leopard print from?
the store, the clothing store. Don't you go to the clothing store to get your clothes?
Yeah, but there are like 70 of them. I was just curious, was it Macy's or?
Yeah, what do you think? My husband,
TJ
he's
Maxx?
got a job. I use the credit card. We go out to Macy's. I buy all the things I want and maybe need. And do you have a problem with my leopard print?
No, it's beautiful. I was
Okay,
just,
thank you.
You're very humble. Is like he said.
Well, we said we were coming on TV, so I had to dress up a little bit. Look,
I
my
appreciate-
husband, he came straight from work. He works very hard.
Is it hot in the shop you work at?
Is it hot in the shop that I work at? Yes, it is.
And is this how you normally dress?
Well,
in,
I'm
boxer
kind of
shorts?
in between outfits. I wasn't going to do anything special just because I'm going to be on TV. I am who I am. I come across how I come across. There's no second layer or filter on me. I just am what I am. So this is how I would normally be dressing after a day of work. So this is how I'm dressing.
Okay. Beautiful. Now, Dylan, have you tried dating in the past? And if so, what were your methods? Like, are you on like the dating apps or anything like that?
You tell them what happened, Dylan.
Oh,
I've had a date. I was able to scrounge together a little bit of a courtship when it was right after high school, so I was 22,
all right.
and
He spent 6 years in high school.
Oh,
well, I feel so nervous talking about this right now.
You tell him about it.
I went to the same restaurant for 3 weeks straight, and every day I gave her my number. Her name was Chrysanthemum. She was
Beautiful.
She was beautiful.
yeah.
She had 2 eyes and 3 pupils.
Whoa.
She was
Where was the third pupil?
the third pupil was right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Wow.
And I asked her. I told her she's beautiful. I told her she's beautiful.
Just the way she is.
Yeah, exactly. So
Did you introduce her to your parents?
first day, yeah. First day,
Kelly, what'd you think of Chrysanthemum?
She was a beautiful girl.
Was she Italian?
She only 50%. So
Oh,
we accept
okay.
her. We accept her for who she is. Dylan likes her. I love her.
well, when we were seeing each other,
So, may I ask, what happened?
well, it turns out if you keep going to the restaurant she works at for every date for a month straight, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that.
You know, Andrew, it
Yeah.
used to be that to get a woman to marry you, all you had to do was go to the restaurant she worked at, tell her she's beautiful. 2 weeks later, bing, bang, boom, you're in the whatever, the ring's on the finger. It just ain't like that anymore. Kids these days, they're living together. They're living in sin.
Oh, yeah.
They buy a house before they get
They
engaged.
buy a house before they get engaged. Why would you do that? What if you have to sell the house?
What was your guys' courtship like?
Oh, I love this story.
You want to tell it?
So one
He
day,
tells it better.
Big Jimmy over here, he walks into my job, all right? He comes in, he orders 6 scotches.
Oh,
1 on the rocks, only one.
I used to be a moderate drinker.
oh,
And he left his phone number down, and I was too afraid to call him, so I had my best friend call him. And then he kept saying, hey, is this the girl from Chili's? And I had to say, yes, it's the girl from Chili's, and we've been in love ever since,
And that's it. That's all it took.
That's all it took.
that's all it took, and plop, you put that stone right on her finger.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like 3 carats from here.
Well, I don't like to show off.
I
don't?
come from a working class family. We afforded the carrots we could afford.
Now we've been in love. We have a little Dylan, and
I was going to ask, do you have any more kids?
oh hell no, there's no way. You
No.
see this one? It's enough.
I didn't let that happen. That's not supposed
The
to
way
happen.
we see it, we nailed it perfect the first time. Why go back to the well?
He ripped it open the first time. It was no going back.
It took months to get that thing back together.
Goodness.
Yeah. I did
But
that.
honestly, I liked it
was-
just the same.
Was he probably like 15 pounds when he was born?
Like almost 20.
Oh my goodness. I remember the nurse saying, "Oh my goodness, what's wrong with this baby? This baby is so big."
He has a full head of hair.
I thought he has a full head of hair. He's completely developed physically. He's 18 pounds, 9 ounces. What's going on here? Get the doctor.
You probably should have smoked when you were pregnant with him to kind of get his birth weight down.
Oh, now that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea.
Crazy.
People said the
I told
opposite.
you I should have had a couple of cigarettes.
I know we should have gone out a little more when you were married.
Married.
When you were pregnant. Excuse
Thank
me.
you. We still married, honey. I know you.
Sorry,
try to get rid of
sorry.
me.
So
She's
Dylan,
always busted my balls.
I see that. And viewers at home might be able to see him right now. I don't know. Those shorts are kind of short, but anyway.
They're
Viewers at
cloth, they're
home, you can
comfortable.
let us know if you see any gum on the camera. You can let us know. Dylan, how did you end it with chrysanthemum, or did she end it with you?
She pushed me out of the car, and I took
While-
that. I took that as
While
a
it
way
was while you were driving? Or she
Yeah,
was
we were just doing a little cul-de-sac thing as we like to do, and she just was like, "This is enough."
It's very romantic.
It was romantic. I think that in terms of ways to end it, she did it the way I would have wanted it.
He's so understanding.
Looks like it. Now, eventually, when you do get a job,
Well,
what would you like to do? What are you interested in? Like, what can you see yourself doing?
I'm a little threatened by that statement, but
Why? Because I'm implying that you should act like an adult. I'm sorry. Did that come off? I'm sorry. Oh,
don't.
you brought your cigar cutter. I just know.
I just always kind of have it with me. I wasn't really doing anything with it. You're the one who brought attention to it.
Back to Dylan.
My dad's a psycho.
Well, I'm just of a different generation than him.
Oh,
You don't want to go down this path.
Well, I mean,
do you have any extracurriculars, James? That we like to talk about everything on the show.
well, I go down to the lodge and drink with the fellas. Fridays and sometimes on Saturdays, and then of course there's football on Sundays, and we go to church as much as we are able to, as much as our schedule allows.
Do you go to St. Philip's?
Yeah, we go to St. Philip's, which is the goat church, the one named after the goat from the movie. It is, it's a good Episcopal church. We do it
Episcopal?
right.
I thought you guys were Catholic.
You gonna tell me how I worship?
I'm not. That's what happens when we assume things, right?
I'll say.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna add it to the list of grievances that I apparently am now building with you, Andrew.
On your Wikipedia page, it says that you have other extracurriculars. Now, I got to ask you, have you ever watched the show The Sopranos?
I am offended. I will just be the first one to say I am offended that you would even insinuate that my
You're gonna
husband.
get it going.
You guys are Italian Americans, and it just
So
seems
what?
like
We
a show
like to kill and murder people who we don't get
Hey,
along
I'm
with.
a quarter Dutch German.
I'm not implying anything. I'm just asking you if you've seen the show.
If I'm mobbed up, you asking if I'm mobbed up?
Yeah, we've seen The Sopranos. It is a blight on our community.
I am kind of asking if
You're asking
mobbed
if
up.
we're mobbed up right now?
Now,
Right now on television with 3 cameras
Well-
and Joey looking at us?
And
Well-
friggin' Joey in the back.
Joey's in the booth looking at us.
you know what we can do to Joey, so he won't snitch. Anyway, I'm gonna.
What do
edit-
we do? Wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
edit this
wait,
out
wait.
so you can be honest. I'm not gonna.
He's
Go ahead.
insinuating something.
I know. Go ahead. Let him know.
Go ahead. I want to hear what you was going to say.
I want to know what you were going to do to Joey.
Well, I was gonna cut his tongue out so he couldn't.
Jesus Christ.
So he couldn't talk about what he sees on here. I was gonna cut his fingers off with a cigar clipper. so he can't like write. Yeah, so he wouldn't be able to communicate with his tongue or his hands to write. So I don't know. I don't want to kill him. But if I were, how would you think I should get rid of a body?
Oh my God.
I have.
She's got daggers in her eyes. I'm sorry, Kelly. I'm sorry.
I love my wife. She's a powerful woman. You better be careful.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you sorry? Really? Are you sorry?
You just kind of gave me Carmela vibes from the show, just a little bit.
Is it because of the red pants and the leopard print shirt? I understand that is an iconic outfit that
And
she wears.
and the accent and the jewelry and the attitude, but I'm just asking because I recently watched that show for the first time a couple months ago. I loved it, so I wanted to share my joy of the show with you guys.
A show that blacks out at the end doesn't even resolve anything. They're like, here's a cliffhanger after 8 years, huh?
Right, they're sitting in the diner and it's just like, and that's it.
Great, now you spoiled The Sopranos for Dylan.
Oh,
I haven't
Dylan
seen
hasn't
it.
seen The Sopranos yet. Now he's never gonna
Dylan,
watch
I'm
it.
sorry.
Andrew,
Yes?
you should get out of here.
Yeah, I agree. Andrew should leave, and then maybe Dylan. Do you want to host the show?
I'll try.
You could host the show. You'd be a big TV star. Women love that.
Really?
Sure, yeah.
And then
All
we
them
could
Hollywood
just,
types, they're
we
they're
just talk
swimming
about
in
how great
poon.
you are after that.
Andrew, do you have? Are you around women a lot?
Only slightly more than you.
That's better than me.
But I get the women that I do get few and far between, but because I'm on the show.
You getting a lot of women?
No, not a lot, but
Okay.
it's
Approximately how many women are you getting?
like 1.3 every 6 months.
Wow,
And what is the
1.3 every 6 months.
And what is the third?
One of the little people from Wizard of Oz.
I knew you were going to say that. I was hoping that we were going to be able to like steer away from that one. I just knew you were going to dive headfirst into that muff right there.
Or I should say that's 3 women every 18 months, right?
That would be, sorry
No,
to correct
no,
your
my math is
that'd
way
be
off.
1.5 women.
Yeah, shoot. My math is way off.
I hope all the women out there are seeing this. And Dylan, I hope that you are not taking notes because this is not how you get women.
I'm sorry, Dylan. I wish I was a better example for you. Dylan, what type of women are you interested in? Brunettes, blondes,
I just
red
want.
hairs?
I just want someone with an extra thing.
extra. What's that?
Just more than what someone's supposed to have. Like Chrysanthemum had a third pupil.
What if they had like an extra chromosome? Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry. I'm asking. I'm trying to get the information out of them.
I don't know if that matters.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
a
I
good
think
guy.
if-
You know what? He sees your trap and he knows how to gracefully dance through it.
I think in love, the only thing that matters is what my heart feels.
No,
You are
I
right,
and
and Dylan, you're right.
And I say that, Andrew, having hardly anyone, but watching my parents.
would you say they've been good examples to you?
Oh, they're very affectionate. They're very loving. They show me what it will look like when somebody gets me.
When he is with a woman, he's gonna be ready because we've gone through all the major diagrams and steps with him.
Do you know how to take a bra off with one hand?
That you actually can't do that. You shouldn't tell people that you can do that. You can't do that.
Why not?
It's impossible.
Oh,
The physics of it are impossible.
You have to use 2 hands.
You have to use 2 hands.
Like God intended.
And you have to like struggle with it for a little while before eventually she just goes, I got it.
you got to crack a little joke like, oh.
And
they
then
must
when
have
he
changed
does
these.
get it, you have to reward him with a little clap and a snap.
You guys will be there, right? Like the first time that he does it, like.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yes, we plan to be in the room the very first time our son does get with a woman.
Cool. Very, very cool.
I'm really not even allowed to go to her location until they see that, so that they know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am being taken care of.
We just don't want it to be gross or roach infested or to be some sort of like trap house or
Lord forbid she's living with another person.
what if she's living with another person?
Right, right. Now, Dylan, I see you have looks like a custom-made shirt.
Oh,
What
yeah.
does it say?
It's just our family heirloom. It just says it's a Mirisola thing. You wouldn't understand.
And you wouldn't. because you're not one of us.
You're not a Mirisola.
You'd have to be a Mirisola to really get it.
Can you at least try to explain it to me like I'm 5? Like what does it mean? It's a Mirisola thing.
Okay. Leaving the peanut butter jar open. Going outside to pick up rocks and bring them back in.
Very cool.
Going to other people's houses and cleaning their couch.
All right.
Taking the plants and eating a leaf here and there.
Go into the house. Using the bathroom with the door open.
Would you like to try one of these?
I'll eat it.
I just noticed there's like some little berries here.
It's an olive. Are you serious? You don't know what an olive looks like?
You're right. It's an olive. Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly. I feel like I've disappointed you guys because I
It just feels like your knowledge of Italian Americans is very threadbare and influenced by pop culture exclusively.
You know, like you've never met a family who works hard for a living.
Like you've never had a spaghetti dinner with 8 of your closest family member, relative friends.
Sunday night after football.
Sunday night after football.
I haven't.
After the Eagles blow it once again.
Why do you have to bring them up into this?
Well, I just wish that they would quit blowing it and I wouldn't have to bring it up all the time.
Oh my God.
It seemed like you would be more of a Patriots fan because you said you're from Maine or the Boston area.
Well, okay.
Ever since Brady left, they've
That's
been,
true. Yeah, ever
Yeah.
since Brady was gone. I mean, I didn't like Brady, but I respected him, you know. It's the same thing with Jeter. Like, I didn't like Jeter, but I respected him. You know, he was a good ball player, and he won a lot of games, and I had to respect him. But I didn't like him. I never liked Jeter.
You shouldn't because he played for the Yankees, and you're probably a Red Sox fan, right? And-
I'm actually I'm a Miami Marlins fan.
oh.
There were also
There are
ants.
dozens
are.
and dozens of Marlins fans out there, Miami Marlins fans.
Dozens.
So what would I have to do to get an invite to a Sunday night dinner?
Change probably. Change.
Yeah, you can't go dressed like that.
Should I wear like a
Be careful what you're about to say.
should I wear a sleeveless t-shirt and boxer pants or boxer shorts?
I feel like maybe you're making fun of me right now.
That's what you're wearing on a show that's going to
Well,
be...
it's not Sunday dinner. It's just public access television.
Hey, now you're in...
Yeah.
You're insulting
It
now
doesn't
you-
feel very
yeah,
good when
now
someone's
you're
productive
hurt.
about your culture, is it?
You're a piece of shit, Andrew.
Oh,
Thank you, Dylan.
Sorry.
He's
Sorry.
a brave boy. No, let him speak. He's a man. He can speak. Speak what you want to speak, Dylan.
Yeah, let me have it, Dylan.
I just think that it's so rude of you to... It's so rude of you to bring us out here and not even study a little bit. To just beat us down? Humiliate us?
You know something, Dylan? It's actually a good teaching moment here. There's something that you should know, and it's that your life as an Italian American will always be like this. They're always going to boil you down to one of the 3 things, and that's just going to be what you are to them for forever. And the sooner that you can rise up against that, the stronger you'll be, and the harder it'll be for them to put you down.
Wow. That was nice.
Thank you.
What are the 3 things that they might boil him down to?
Uh,
So I can be sure to avoid
the
it.
Jersey Shore, of course. Oh my goodness, for years with that one. The Sopranos, and then like Goodfellas.
That's my fault.
Um,
Goodfellas, okay.
you know, anything like that. Like if anybody ever asks, like, you might think that if you don't know somebody and they ask you to go get this Fuyadel, you might not know it, but they're actually maybe making fun of you.
Okay.
It's a classic Sopranos scene, but also a delicious Italian dessert.
Do you think Michael Imperioli's nose is that big in real life?
Yes.
Because it's...
That's what his mother gave him. She probably broke halfway when out of birthing
I
him.
bet he's proud of that nose. He's a proud Italian American.
What was... How did the joke go in one of the episodes? He said... One of the dudes said that if he goes out in the rain, his cigarette would never get wet.
Oh,
his nose
I could
was so
see that. It's pretty
was-
funny.
it was pretty
Yeah,
funny.
we're gonna owe like 10% to HBO Max if you keep this up. There,
Yeah,
okay?
HBO, we're sorry.
Please sue us, HBO. Please do it.
Please do not sue
Please
us.
sue us.
We don't have a
It'd
budget
be
on
the
the
best
show.
thing that ever happened in this network if you guys
But
get
please
sued by
pick us
HBO.
up. You can air this show on Sunday nights. Now, Dylan, your Wikipedia page says that you're a rock collector. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. You know, it's really just a simple thing. It's kind of the thing that keeps me who I am.
Keeps you humble,
Keeps me humble.
like your mom's shirt.
Yeah, exactly. It's really just something that I do. I go outside, and I always take about 20 paces northeast, because there's a nice little rock pile.
And you
over
look
there.
towards Boston or the Maine area.
Yeah.
It's northeast area.
Yeah, that's the gist of it. And it's actually the same rocks, because I just pick them up and put them down.
You're so brave for that.
Do you like sedimentary rocks, igneous,
Just round ones, yeah.
round ones? Have you ever been over on the west side of the state, on Lake Michigan, and tried to find a Petoskey rock?
We don't go further west.
Aww.
I've heard about it. I've read about it on my phone, but most
It's
of
beautiful over there, and
We don't go west to Howell.
what's in Howell that you go to?
There's the big giant Aldi distribution on the side of the highway,
They also have the Howell melon.
and the Howell melon.
Okay.
Dylan loves the Howell melon.
Oh,
It's-
ever since he was a kid, he loved it.
It's essentially kind of like a cantaloupe with more water in it. You know, it's kind of like if you put a lake in a melon.
I'm drinking this water, and it's called Bai with raspberry lemon lime. And there's a beautiful young lady on here,
Why
Sydney
don't you
Sweeney.
show that label straight to camera?
Bai
Professional.
water. Coming to an Aldi distribution center near you. But I was gonna say, there's a.
Show the lady.
It's Sydney Sweeney. She, for some reason, she must not have
Now,
enough
that's,
money.
That's a woman who'd be worthy of you, Dylan.
Yeah, she's a
That's-
beautiful blonde.
You should set your sights that high and never back down, no matter what.
Is she here? Does that mean she's here? Is she here?
She's right behind that curtain.
Really?
You have to see her after the show. Have you seen the show White Lotus on HBO? She's in that.
I've been getting through The Sopranos.
It's a phenomenal show.
Any other TV shows that you want to talk about, Andrew?
We got The Penguin.
I
I just watched Agatha All Along on Disney. It was okay, not the best.
Was she
Marvel.
Agatha all along?
She was.
Wow.
Note to Disney and Marvel: don't give it away in the title, right?
don't know.
I think, yeah, you should be giving Disney and HBO notes. You send it to him. You give it to him, Andrew. Maybe you'll be pulling chicks just like Dylan will be here soon.
Hopefully.
Do you have any tips for Dylan for maybe like works for you when you try to get your one girl every 1.6 calendar years or whatever the fuck it is that you said?
I get 1.3 women every 6 months.
Okay, right. Whatever that is. What do you have any
whatever
tips
that
for
is.
Dylan with whatever that is?
Tip number 1: buy a comb. Tip number 2:
I'm
Run that
sorry,
comb through your
I would
hair.
like to run in direct opposition to that, Dylan. You got to be who you are.
I don't know what to believe, Andrew.
Well, okay, go out with the same girl 2 different times, one with your hair like that, one with your hair combed, and see how it goes.
You see all this curl? This is what happens when you comb it. This is what happens when you comb the hair.
So your hair is very lovely, Kelly, and I could tell you've done it for the show. How would you suggest he do his hair?
Well, I tell him he just goes with God, and that's what he keeps
All
him.
natural. He's got kind of curly hair like his dad, I can see. Yeah. Tip number 3. Have one of those wallets that are just a clip, so it shows how much cash you have.
Oh,
like-
now that's actually an interesting idea,
I
Dylan.
could second that. I thought you were gonna say one with the little Velcro, because that you seem like that type of a guy with the Velcro wallet.
I
It
do.
does seem like he's got a Velcro wallet in there somewhere. He's got a little like action figure, a race car on it.
Whoa.
He's got a regular
wow.
leather.
Yeah, it's leather.
Is it real? Genuine Italian or no?
No, this is like $12 at Kohl's. I
How
think.
much money you got in there?
Give Dylan your money.
I got $82.
I
Dylan?
need that.
Dylan needs
You
that
could
$82.
you could take her out to Olive Garden, right?
It's endless pasta right now, $13.99 starting.
Spot. What's your opinion, Kelly, on Olive Garden?
Well, when you hear your family, and I agree, if you're gonna have dinner together, you might as well be a family.
Yeah.
But
Do you cook better than them?
who doesn't? I mean, you could give a monkey a spoon and it would probably make something better than an olive garden.
A monkey with a spoon and some ingredients could make a better sauce, no doubt. No doubt in my mind.
James, I just got to ask you, where'd you get the pinky ring? It's pretty stylish.
It was my grandfather's high school ring, going back 80 years ago when he graduated high school. It's a family heirloom. It was his, and now it's mine. One day it'll be Dylan's.
Now, was he born here or in Italy?
He was born during the Blitz in England. You know, they don't make them like that anymore. You know.
No. So he's English.
Well,
he was born during the Blitz, born in Italy during the English.
He was born in England during the Blitz. They had left Italy because of Mussolini, and they were kind of like in process of coming over to America to start over and to build a beautiful life and family. And well, I should say his parents were, and that's when he was born in the middle of the Blitz.
So what was his name before they changed it at Ellis Island? Was it like Mirisola Angelo or something like that?
It was he was actually James Mirisola Angelo, and then when they came over, it just made me
cut it in half
James
to
Mirisola. Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna play a game that we like to play on the show called Would You Rather. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, and you have to pick and justify which one you would rather do. We're gonna start with Kelly. Kelly, would you rather be loved or be feared?
I know
That's
which one
tough.
she's gonna say.
Yeah, when you're both, you know, when
Yeah.
you got it, you know.
You got it.
I know I'm loved by my family, but feared by most Americans, men mostly, because my big, strong shoulders. And,
She's a strong Italian woman. People hate that.
you know, my little tootsies walking in my little heels. They get really nervous. But I'd
You're kind of
rather
intimidating, yeah.
I'd rather be loved because, you know, to be America's sweetheart would just be a dream of mine that one day will come true.
Now, there's a TV show called America's Next Sweetheart. Would you like to be on that? You should enter in.
Yeah, you think me and my little mug?
Yeah, you and your little mug, get
I've
your camera out.
I've always said that she should have her own TV show. She's crazy and wild. She's always
We have
getting
fun.
into scraps,
We have
and
fun.
we're always doing, you know.
Like, do you get in scraps with, like, neighbors or?
Well, if goddamn Barbara would keep her shit on the side of the fence, then we wouldn't have no scraps. Okay? I don't want your ladder on my house, okay?
Yeah,
I need your pool things to stay inside your pool, and my pool has my pool things, okay?
Okay. Like.
If you see Barbara Sawinski, you just let her know I'm coming after her.
Barbara Sawinski, just so you know, Kelly Mirisola's coming after you. Better put locks on those windows and bars.
You think that's gonna stop her? She's crafty. It's one of my
It might
favorite
not
things
stop
about
her.
her. She's a problem solver. I tell you what.
I'll chew right through those goddamn bars.
She'll do it. I've seen her do it before. It's crazy.
It's really, really good for us.
Next question is for you, Dylan. Would you rather always be sweating or always appear shivering cold? Either way, it's not going to be really attractive to the ladies, but you got to pick one, buddy.
Well, I've been sweaty for a long time, and I'm done.
32 years?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Mirisolas are born sweaty.
We get the meat sweats.
Ah.
Whenever James eats spaghetti, he gets a glass of milk and he
You
sweats.
call your father James? You call him by his first name?
Yeah, it's easier. We don't need that to confuse things.
Are you okay with that, Kelly? It seems kind of disrespectful. And
You
you're all
know-
about respect.
Sure, but if you want to call your father his real name and me by my real name, then that's fine too, you know.
You know
Noted.
what? I try to be a modern father, and you know, kids these days, it's just not the same. You know, I feared my father. I feared him. You know, that's not the relationship I wanted to have with my son. So, in order to be supportive of him, sometimes he calls me James. I wish that he wouldn't, but ultimately, he's his own man. He makes his own choices.
And sometimes if they're agitated about it, they'll arm wrestle it out.
And we'll arm wrestle it out, or maybe I'll, you know,
Who usually wins?
well, I do.
I have a lot of microfractures in my this part.
The doctor says he has
Oh.
low bone density, whatever that means.
You have like bird bones,
It's
like
some made-up stuff.
Mr. Glass from the M. Night Shyamalan movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what the kids used to call him. That they called him Mr. Glass because he'd trip and fall on the playground and shatter his femur in 3 places.
I'm sorry.
It's
Kelly, did you ever have to go and talk to those kids? You respect my son. You don't call him Mr. Glass. You call him Mr. Mirisola. And try to beat it into him.
You just really did the whole thing. It's like you were there.
I
Were
was
you
trying
one of
to-
the kids?
I
Were you
was-
one of the kids?
No.
Were you one of the
Are
fucking
you
kids
sure
calling
you
my
don't
son
wanna-
Mr.
No,
Glass?
I'm too old for that.
Yeah, I
I
know.
would-
You look about 48. I know. But
40.
it's okay to be old.
It's okay to be old.
You just look old.
Oh. Well, thank you guys. Thank you.
okay.
All right, which one did you choose?
Oh,
Always be
I want to
shivering or
shiver
always be
because I like new experiences.
So you want to always be shivering. So James, this is for you. Would you rather go on a magic carpet ride with Jasmine? Ooh, I don't think Kelly would like that. You know Jasmine from the Aladdin movie?
Why don't you think that my wife would like that? You think that she's not secure enough in our relationship?
I think she's very secure, but I think she's also kind of maybe territorial about, other women.
As long as she don't pull those breasts out of that little shirt, she's fine.
And even if she did, there ain't nothing there for me.
That's right.
I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing like that. I get everything
Okay.
I need for my beautiful wife.
Thank you.
I tell you what, she's a freak in the bed and a freak in the kitchen, okay? And that's all that I need.
And a freak in the street?
Well, she's not really in the streets no more, man.
I stay at home. Stay at home, mom.
Stay at home.
I
Stay at home, mom.
So would you rather go on a magic carpet ride with Jasmine or take Cinderella to the ball?
I don't know. That's kind of an interesting question. I guess I would rather. It's been a while since I feel like I could be a father figure to Cinderella maybe a little bit. Kind of help her out in the tough times that she's going through. Take her out, let her know that it does get better.
Was Cinderella the one who had the evil stepsisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know my Disney stories.
I think that
well.
she could. Yeah, she had some evil stepsisters, and then she put on a shoe, and she made a beautiful prince. And my grandfather was a cobbler, so I could probably help. We could probably make a shoe that might be helpful for
It would be
her.
like a daddy-daughter dance. You'd
Yeah,
show
we
her
could
the
probably,
love she
we
never
could probably
had
make
from
that
that.
work. I think that'd be a good time.
She could be the daughter you never had.
Sure.
Yeah, there was no way we were pushing.
You told me there was no way. Nothing. All right. This one is for you, Kelly. Would you rather hang out with Pooh Bear? I guess there's a Disney theme here. Hang out with Pooh Bear or hang out with Baloo from the Jungle Book? It's tough.
Well, I got my own little Winnie right here,
Right. Does he ever walk around the house with only a shirt on?
It's-
And he goes, Winnie the Pooh.
When Dylan was at school for all those 22 years, that's pretty much all we did. Yeah, he would go if he came home from work early or whatever. He just top only.
Just get naked and see what happens.
Just see what happens.
We have a pretty, we're pretty open.
Sure, sure. This one's for you, Dylan. Would you rather only speak in questions or only speak in movie quotes? Are you a movie guy?
Well, I try to be, but
Try to.
I get belittled so much when I don't watch movies that I just shut down. It's hard. I want to watch movies. I just don't. People haven't really taken me to the movies.
What are your top 3 films? Earlier, your dad mentioned Goodfellas, and I don't know if that's a movie that you're supposed to like or not supposed to like because it does kind of perpetuate stereotypes, kind of like how you guys are. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I'm sorry. I can't.
It's like he's never met an
No,
Italian
really.
person.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry, Dylan.
When you meet
Anyway,
an Irish person, do you ask them to do a jig for you?
You
What
tell
is
him
this?
maybe you should eat some more potatoes. Ha ha.
Yeah, why don't you
Hey.
sail on the back of a potato crate?
hey Mick, are you a
Whoa.
cop?
Hey.
Are you a cop? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But would you rather
But
Only
go
s-
ahead.
only speak in questions or only speak in movie quotes? Which one you gotta pick?
Well, I was hoping you would listen, so that you would know.
See, I use a little bit of practice because sometimes women, they got their own things and their own opinions.
They have their own opinions these days. You gotta be ready for that.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, I don't know movies, so my vocabulary would be limited. So I think I would do questions, because really, if I'm ever gonna be loved by someone, I need to know about them, in the first place. So questions, to me, are the fastest way to somebody.
He's wise, so wise, Dylan.
He's a boy.
You're a great son.
Good answer. Good answer. All right, this is our last question, and this is for Kelly. Would you rather have your blood sucked by a vampire or have your brain eaten by a zombie? It was just Halloween. You know, it was that time of year when, I don't know, you guys like scary movies or not?
I mean, every once in a while, we'll put on Goodfellas and really be spooked by the Italian stereotypes that keep getting perpetuated.
And you see Ray Liotta, ah!
You know,
or
he was...
Joe Pesci, ah! And you get scared.
Yes, exactly. I guess I'd rather have my brains be eaten out, because then I wouldn't have to deal with anybody's bullshit anymore. No brain, no problems.
No problems at all.
I like that.
Yes, very cool.
Thank you, honey.
All right, well, we're almost to the end of our show. Wanted to see, do you guys have anything to promote? Any events coming up? Any products you guys want to sell? I don't know what you guys do in your extracurricular time.
After you, son.
Yeah, Dylan, you got anything to promote out there?
In January, there's a show called Nixon King that's going to be at a place called Planet Ant, and that means a lot to me.
Down in Hamtown.
Yeah, thanks.
Ham
a
Magic.
lot of Polishes down there, but we don't mind.
Lot of Polishes, but you don't mind.
Right. So
What's is it like Nixon, like the former president?
yeah, it's an alternate history of Nixon and MLK, and it's a musical, and it opens January 10th at Planet Ant, and I'm very excited, and I hope that everyone comes.
Who wrote this show?
A man named Robert.
Robert. Don't know Robert.
I don't remember.
You don't know any Roberts?
De Niro. Am I right?
Oh, Jesus. I can't believe you.
Hey,
Yeah, folks, check out Planet Ant. It's a very cool theater, improv, sketch, etc. down in Hamtramck. Kelly or James, you guys have anything to promote?
oh boy, do I.
Yeah.
So,
Look at, she's winding
wow,
up.
Here we go. Hold on, I gotta stretch. On January 18th through 19th is a little improv marathon called Snow Day. 2 of my troops, not only 1, but 2 improv troops I'm in.
You didn't tell me you were doing improv.
Well,
wow.
you didn't really ask. You just perpetuated
Yeah,
that
you
I
never
was
really
an
got
Italian
into, like,
housewife, you know.
We could have extended this interview by 30 minutes. I took the first 6 improv classes at Go.
Wow, at Go Comedy, eh?
Yeah.
It shows that you maybe didn't finish the other 6. You just keep boiling it down to the...
Oh, he's being feisty.
I took
just-
the 4 intro classes in the first 2 advanced classes. Then I had the option to switch to either keep taking the advanced or to switch to do the sketch writing class. I took the sketch writing class because they only offer that not very often.
They do, you're right. It's like biannually, really.
yeah.
Biannually, you're so smart, baby.
Thank you. It's a big word, I know.
I'm really proud of Kelly.
Thank you, honey. So 2 of my troops, Ants in the Hall and Double Clap. Double Clap just finished our year-long run at Planet Ant Theater in Hamtramck. So,
Is that like an STD-themed improv troupe?
you know, that's what a lot of people
is it
ask,
just-
but not one of us.
Interesting that people would go there and improv a traditionally clap-based art form.
And we double it.
You double it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the guy who runs, or he started and he's still doing it, Bob Wick, I had him as a teacher, one of the nicest dudes.
Him and his beautiful wife.
Yeah, Natalie. Yeah, Bob. If you're watching, Bob, thanks for all the tips and taking me off to the side and telling me that I asked too many questions during improv class. And look, now I do an interview show where all I do is ask questions.
I'm fated to ask questions. If I'm gonna find love, I'm gonna be just like you.
You're going to be just like me, buddy, and then you'll get 1.3 women every 6 months. So once again, that is January 18th and 19th.
19th, yeah. It's a 24-hour long, 26-hour long improv marathon.
They go throughout the night. I went in 2023 and I saw 2 of my buddies, Kurt Brinker and Will Miller, do a 2-man improv set for about 15 or 20 minutes, and it was great.
What are you, name dropping now?
I'm name dropping.
He's name dropping
You
Brinka.
name dropping could.
Yeah. But no, thank you for letting us know, letting the people out there know. Mr. James, do you have anything?
Sometime most likely late January, potentially early February, but probably late January, is going to be the first episode of a sandwich themed talk show. It's called Sandwich Talk Show. It's hosted by Carlos Parisi, who those of you in the food community may know.
I saw him on one of the local channels. I think it was Channel 2.
Yeah.
He has a sandwich place. He was at Eastern Market. And then I
Yeah.
started following him on Instagram. And he's
That's
got
the
kind of
guy.
wild hair like Dylan.
He's the Aunt Nee's guy. They make tortilla chips and salsa. It's very tasty.
Yes.
So,
It's
look
a
for-
small world.
Yeah, look for that. We're gonna be shooting 2 episodes live, and then maybe more after that. We aren't exactly sure yet. That's
Very cool.
kind of the main thing that's worth mentioning for now. Maybe in a month or two, we got 1 or 2 more things.
You're
coming.
looking at Kelly like she knows like how much you should say or not.
Well,
Well,
she controls the Google Calendar.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So when nothing's concrete, we don't talk about it.
Well,
okay.
there's 2 things maybe coming, but I don't have dates for them. It seems like it'd be a waste of all the good viewers' times to mention them right now. So
Now, is that sandwich themed show, is that a Planet Ann also?
it is going to shoot because they got that big beautiful space for a big giant talk show.
Yes.
There's going to be, if you want to be in the audience for that, we are planning on everybody receiving a portion of the sandwich of the week,
Ooh.
which of course for the pilot episode will be an Italian sub, and then I think for the second episode like a BLT.
You're going to say, hey, give me the gabagool.
Nobody will say
Nobody's
that.
saying
Nobody will say
that,
that.
no.
I promise
That's
you we
not a
won't say
thing.
that.
Oh. Give me the mortadella.
Neither of those meats are actually on an Italian sub.
Wow.
On the true Italian.
Everything
side.
I know about Italian culture is just being stripped away from me by you guys. I don't
I'm-
know who I am anymore.
Yeah, we're real fucking trailblazers. We're really doing a big giant solid for the Italian American
Yeah,
community in the
really.
city.
We've changed lives
Yeah,
here
for
today.
sure.
And hopefully got Dylan a date.
Dylan,
So,
Yeah.
are you confident now after being on the show that you can find a date?
Well, at this point, as long as they come over, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gained enough
Gained enough
gusto.
knowledge? Gusto? Okay, yeah, gusto. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So now whenever someone comes over, they'll find me.
Awesome. All right, folks, that is the end of our show. I want to thank James, Kelly, and Dylan Mirisola for being on the show. It was an honor to have you guys on. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for being on. And Sydney Sweeney,
She's still here.
call our son Dylan.
Please
Call
call Dylan.
Dylan.
Please
Sweetie, call Dylan.
call
Should-
Dylan.
He'll make you happy.
Is she behind the wall?
248-555-6969 is his number.
Did you?
How'd you get that number?
He gave it to me before. We were chatting before. We traded numbers and Instagram pages, so I can give him tips after the show.
Me and Andrew are gonna go to a breakfast bar after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
IHOP.
cool.
Nice, very nice.
All right, folks. Once again, thank you for watching. This has been the Andrew Walker Show, episode 6, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.
Or you're gonna throw to a break at some point, right?
Yeah.
When we come back from that, I'll do it.
Why you zoom in so close to my ugly face?